can you pull up the screenshot of Ryan Garcia's reply to what I said last week? I was saying that I felt Devin Haney is going to win the rematch. I've had this argument with a lot of people. A lot of people think that steroids, no steroid, substances or no substances, the Ryan beats Devin all day and all night. I said that night, no substances. Yes, he still beats Devin. Devin was just not who he was supposed to be that night, large in part because of the antics that we saw coming from Ryan Garcia for months before the fight. I think that they felt they hadn't seen growth from Ryan since their amateur days. They knew that I know it. We wear 8-ounce gloves. We're men now, and all this other kind of stuff. He was got a little ahead of himself, and the worst happened where he couldn't make a hook miss. Everybody has taken one fight with one punch and determined that that's how every single fight with that fighters and that punch is gonna go. I don't feel that way, right? But pull up. I don't know if you pulled up the screenshot that I took of what Ryan Garcia said. Let me pull it up real quick on my end. Ryan says, been hearing this my whole life, in reference to me saying that Devin wins the rematch. Been hearing this my whole career, that I'm not this or that. You don't just destroy someone like that. It's true, you don't, without being a great boxer. One thing about me is I land punches, and I know how to do that. That hook is special. Disclaimer, that hook is special, and you know that I've been saying that for years, way before. Yeah, I
don't think anyone disagrees with that.
Yeah. But again, it's one punch, you know, and he's got the jab, he's got speed, he got it all.
Yeah, he was hitting it with the right hand too.
Yeah.
In that fight.
He says against any level. So he said, one thing about me is I land punches, and I know how to do that against any level. So I got something special this guy can't see. Shit, I drop Sean if I fought him as well. He's too slow. I've never been called slow, and I mean, y'all saw me take some of the biggest punches from some of the biggest hitters, and I stood up to all of it. And y'all saw the last one, and y'all saw how that one went for me as well. But I really wanted to respond from this standpoint. I fought against this my whole career. I fought against this as an amateur. I fought against this my whole life. Being doubted, being counted out, list goes on. When you're 5'7" on most days, shorter on others, nobody expects you to do a lot of the things that I did. And so I looked at this and I was like, damn, like he just took a shot at me for my opinion. You're mad at my opinion based on what my intellect and my experience is. I trust, and people hire me to do this, and you are taking offense to it. Why not just prove me wrong? Why all of a sudden you gonna drop Shawn Porter? No, that doesn't happen to me, especially not respect to him, but not that guy, you know. But so pull up the next screenshot, and I wanted to show everybody that it's not a situation where I'm showing favoritism to Devin Haney or anything of that nature. And I'm trying to find it on my end too. So I took a screenshot of what I sent to Ryan Garcia's lawyer the morning of his fight with Devin Haney.
Lupe Valencia.
And hopefully you guys can see it on this end. I sent a scripture. Please send this script. Please get this scripture to Ryan Garcia. I'm not going to read the scripture, but it's quite a few verses. And because of everything that I had saw before the fight, I just wanted a good fight. I just wanted both guys to get in there, get out of there safely. And because it had been gone so crazy for Ryan, people were even saying, what happens if he loses this fight? Is he going to go way off the ledge and do the worst that he could do to himself or to someone else? And I'm up, and you can look at the screenshot. I'm up at 6:30 in the morning. I'm up at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm thinking about him as I'm praying and stuff like that. I say, yo, send this to Ryan. Get this to Ryan. I wasn't going to text Ryan. I don't know if, he's going to respond or anything like that. But the reason why I bring this up is because if you thought that I was giving favoritism I'm going to go ahead and say it, to a black fighter. If you thought that I was giving favoritism to a fighter that's in Vegas, if you thought I was giving favoritism to a fighter that I've known since I was 15 years old, when I say that I believe that Devin Haney is going to beat Ryan Garcia in the rematch, it ain't got nothing personal for me whatsoever. It's me looking at the X's and the O's, me looking at the moment, the night, the day, and trying to project what I think is going to happen in the future based off of my intellect and what I feel and what I believe. And so I just felt like, it's best that I make sure that people understand that this ain't coming from a place of me feeling like Ryan ain't this or Ryan ain't that. Ryan is all of that. But so is Devin.
Right.
And in the rematch, I think that Devin is just going to be better that night than he was in the previous.
Well, when you talk about just prove me wrong, when Ryan's saying, well, people have been saying this all my life. Yeah, but they also mentioned the talent that jumps off the screen. That's why you got 2 million followers on Instagram, because it doesn't take someone to know the sweet science to see that talent when he shoe shines. Like it's obvious. It jumps off the page. So yeah, maybe he's right. This pretty boy can't fight. I'm sure he's heard that since he was a little kid, but he probably also heard, oh my God, this kid's the next Oscar De La Hoya. He looks, just as often as that. Sean, just want to ask you this because I know what the fans are going to get on, and maybe even Ryan, they'll say, and I know that was the last round against Broner. And Keith Thurman, who's a much bigger puncher than Broner, hit you with those same kind of hooks repeatedly for 12 rounds, and you didn't go anywhere. But they like to bring up a gift to go, well, look at Broner land this quick left hook and drop you, Sean. Yeah. Why wouldn't the Ryan Garcia left hook have done the same?
So I'm going to give you guys all of it. I worked my butt off in that fight for 11 rounds. And I come back to the corner, and I personally felt like it was a situation where I'd gone the distance and AB wasn't going nowhere. Why put my foot on the gas pedal? Let's just coast through and get this done. I come back to the corner, and my dad is in my face like it's the 6th round. He in my face like I gotta go all out. And my dad's like still coaching me, telling me to go after him and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, damn, like I just say to somebody, but I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I don't want to do that, right? So my dad's telling me, go after AB. And I'm like, I don't want to go after AB. So I walk out to the middle of the ring, and I'm in between my thoughts. I'm not even in the ring. And the hook comes, and my dad...
He brought your thoughts back, didn't he?
My dad slows that moment down, right? And he shows, wait, click, click, click. You saw the punch coming, and you do see, like at the last minute, I react. When the punch was thrown, I was in the daze. As the punch is coming at me, I'm finally seeing it, but I go down because my head was in 2 different places. And when you got a Devin Haney that got hit multiple times with the same punch, but we know his amateur pedigree and we know how good he is as a fighter, that's something that's not supposed to happen, but he was just simply in the daze. You fast forward and you got fights with me and Keith Thurman, and the list kind of goes on. That punch landed because I just wasn't there. I was in between what my dad wanted me to do, what I felt I should do. I went down and looked at my dad, get up, and then I proceeded to do what my dad asked me to do. That was a wake-up call for me, and like you said, he brought my memory, he brought my thoughts back, So yeah, that punch against Ryan is a beautiful punch. I love it. His brother Sean has the exact same punch, just doesn't have the same sort of talent and abilities that he has, but they throw the punch the exact same way. It's a beautiful punch, but that punch wouldn't land against me. That punch wouldn't land against me. Keith told me the other day, did he say it on the show? Yeah, he said
he wasn't getting hit with the left hook.
Yeah, he said, because I was prepared for those things, and that's just how I was. Whatever you did well, I was always prepared to defend it and make you uncomfortable. So I would make Ryan Garcia uncomfortable.
There's a chance the Haneys don't have nothing for it.
It's very true. There's
a chance.
Very true.
Bill don't have nothing in his...
Very true.
Nothing to stop
George
that.
Foreman was going to beat Joe Frazier no matter what. Some fighters have your number. Yeah. So maybe, like Ryan, he's being defensive with you, but I would like to think deep down he understands the very simple math about this rematch, which is... You got to prove it. If you can make weight and pass your drug test and do the exact same thing again, nobody's going to say anything other than job well done. And wow, can he be the next one of the face of boxing. Same thing for Devin Haney. You know, he wants to chalk it up to the Osterine and Ryan blowing weight. So, hey, you go in there and you box his ears off in a rematch, everyone's going to say, you were right. You were right. He's not the better fighter. Though that obviously did have an effect. Or, Ryan, you were right. It had no effect. You're just the better fighter. It's very simple.
And the only thing I'm going to do is hopefully be ringside calling the fight, and I'm going to marvel at both those guys and how they perform.
Simple as that. Win.
Yeah.
We'll walk away from that fight with a clear conclusion, right? To your point. I mean, we're going to know one way or the other.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think, Chris? Who do you give the edge?
Well,
I know we got to see them in May to get a better.
I think, but to your point, Sean, I think your opinion about what happens, it's less about Ryan. It's more about Devin, right? It's about, you know, the way that you think about Devin and his amateur pedigree and all that. And I'm kind of with you, honestly. I think that, you know, and also to your point, right? Like when you're training in training camp, you're training your instincts, you build your fight plan and all that. And when you're not just thinking in the ring, right? That's when you're at your best. And I think Devin got caught thinking in the ring too much, right? So I think I'm really interested to see it clearly. But I like Devin's chances more this next go around, I think I'd say.
I definitely just want to see them fight in May, and then I think we'll all have a better handle of what we should expect in September. But in boxing, you never know. Or October, whenever they're supposed to fight.